I have to tell you, historically, the whole phrase always be testing, I always attribute that to our friends and their leaders in the space, the Eisenberg brothers, Brian and Jeffrey. This phrase came out back in 2006, 2007, 2008, where no one was testing. I mean, that's what we spent a lot of time trying to convince people to do. You need to be testing. There are times where you should always be testing. I'm a firm believer that no new feature should be rolled on the website unless it should be tested. I believe that because you want to know that this feature achieved this KPI or this metric. Then you can choose to roll it out or not roll it out. That's a tough discussion. It also forces you, if you're A/B testing everything, guess what? The mindset changes. Now, I don't want to wait until the feature is full to roll it out. If I'm A/B testing it, I need to have an MVP version of the feature and then test it out. So if the A/B test come back and says, no, this feature is not good, it doesn't increase your conversion rate or it doesn't increase this metric, then you're not emotionally connected. You're not invested in that feature. And you can say, okay, we're going to drop it. That's a tough one. As much as I believe in that, I think there are times you need to slow down. You need to say, you know what? Instead of moving at a very high speed, let's slow down. Let's do further analysis. Let's dig through the data. And by the way, this comes from a company that, we can probably run 8 to 12 to 16 experiments on a site if it has the traffic at the same time. There are times where we say, you know what, we got to slow down because the analysis piece is more important than the experiments piece. If you're only doing one experiment a month, okay, you need to up that. But sometimes you slow down from 12 experiments, from 8 experiments to 3 or 4. And that strategically can help you instead of splitting your effort between different experiments to say, okay, let's focus on one, ship it out and see the results. And this way, there's not a lot of interaction between experiments. The final thought that I have, the idea of testing should be driven by an insight that tells you, yeah, we should test this. If I'm rolling out a feature, the feature was developed because of some data. Data tells us that people are struggling here. We're going to roll out a feature. And that's the reason we are going to be A/B testing that feature. It irritates me when I hear somebody who works in the field and their answer to everything, you should test this, you should test that. And I tell them, well, why do I even want to hire you if your answer is always, you should test this, you should test that? Maybe a much better answer will be let's dig through the data and let's see whether we should test this or not test it. And the minute we have data, then we can run the test, as opposed to, well, you should test this, you should test that. And I don't know. That's what they're saying, correct? Okay, I don't really need to be talking to you. I will test everything.